What's your name?
First name Samuel, last name Abrokwa.
Okay, okay, okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Philly, Philadelphia, PA.
All right. And how old are you?
I'm 20 years old. I'll be 21 August 10th.
Okay. I just have a few questions for you today. One of them being, growing up as a kid, obviously in Philadelphia, um, do you recall playing any criminal-like video games?
Um, Growing up, yes, I do. One of
And
them definitely.
not to cut you off, but what games do you recall
Um,
exactly?
Definitely. Grand Theft Auto,
Okay,
Grand Theft Auto, Vice City,
okay,
Grand Theft Auto 3. It was definitely all the Grand Theft Autos that came out. And 007 as well, James Bond, Gold Member. That was definitely one. And also, I dabbled a little bit with the Call of Duty thing.
okay. Um, did any of those influence you to commit those crimes in the video games in real life?
I want to say yes, but no. James Bond, that game, was more like, like I said, James Bond was a spy, and his objective was to quote unquote save the day, but at the same time, James Bond shot people as well. You know, Me personally growing up, I wasn't really a big fan of guns, so me, playing the game itself and shooting somebody in the game was much fun for me. I didn't want to interact with that in real life. Grand Theft Auto, I can kind of honestly say it definitely, had an influence on me that I actually wanted to, steal a car before. I seen how easy it was in the game, I could just switch and steal any car I want and have different cars, at any
Okay.
given time in the game. And not one time in the game I ever seen my character with his license. So I was just like, you know what? Hey, I don't have a license either. Like, how come I can't walk up to a car and magically open it and just drive off in the city and just hopefully not get caught by the police?
So from the expressions I see you're making from the video games you played, so I would assume you received excitement from it.
Yeah, definitely. Grand
Okay.
Theft Auto, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people who play those games receive the same thing?
Um, I would say it'll probably from some people who frequently play the game, it'll probably be more excitement and also more acceleration. It's like, oh well, I got this one car. Let me go steal a faster car. You know, then oh well, it's probably a faster car than that. Oh, let me just go do this and let me go do that. Grand Theft Auto, and also it wasn't even just a game where you could steal cars. You can kill cops. You can go to a strip club and watch girls strip. Like there was
Right.
definitely a whole lot going on within that game, and I'm pretty sure the whole thing about stealing cars wasn't the only excitement. So that game definitely had a lot to offer.
Okay. And last but not least, in the future, if you plan on having kids, would you allow them to play? If so, would there be a time limit, and would you mentor them from right or wrong from these video games?
Um, I'll say, would I allow my kids to play? Yes, because I don't want to be the quote unquote hypocritical parent. Being as that I myself played those games and I turned out perfectly fine. As far as the time limit on the games, I don't want my kids to devote all of their time and attention to these type of video games.
Okay.
Uh, I don't have a problem with them interacting and also engaging, in playing them, but I'll definitely, mentor them on the right or wrong from those games. I'll always, growing up, my dad always reminded me, about Grand Theft Auto, that hey, cause my dad, he's actually a police officer of the city of Philadelphia, and it was crazy because stealing a car, the game was called Grand Theft Auto, and stealing a car, that would be the charge actually, Grand Theft Auto. He'll always remind me like, hey, I know in the game, you never get I notice you never get arrested, but best believe in real life, if you do get caught stealing a car, you will get arrested. And I'll definitely, mentor my kids, as far as just like my dad did with me, that I'll explain to them that this is just a video game, in real life, stuff like that in the video game does happen, but there are consequences that come along with it. As far as stealing a car, you can possibly go to jail. As far as shooting a police officer, you can possibly go to jail. And all of those things, they all stem off from other things, such as without, doing all the criminal activities that are in the games in real life, you can go to jail. You can't get a job.
Right.
It'll be just hard for you living. And I'll definitely let my kids know that this is just a video game, nothing more, nothing less.
So I know I said that was my last one, but this is kind of bugging me. I want to ask you, as society as a whole, would you recommend, or better yet, do you think because of these games like Grand Theft Auto and 007 that why our society is in chaos, or would you say that's just 10%? And
I'll say video games somewhat have an impact on society, but not as much as other things do. Prime example, Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a shooting game basically. You can play by yourself, or you can also team up with other people. And basically, the objective of the game is to see who has the most kills.
right.
And I think as far as society, I believe that may have an impact slightly on society, because if people who play this game consistently realize like, hey, I just killed 30 people in less than 20 minutes. I have all these guns and access to all these different guns and stuff. Like, I wonder, what it'll, be like if I actually get my hands on one of these guns and actually decide, hey, I want to take this Call of Duty thing to real life and, see what happens. But I believe, video games doesn't really have that much of an impact on society as a whole. I think,
Okay.
Those games, are more, they had a personal impact.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.